How to make chili that is delicious, inexpensive, and easy. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Rick and Nikki here.
Hello.
And welcome to the first episode of a playlist known as Rick's Recipes.
Yeehaw.
Even though they're not all my recipes.
No.
The one today, this simple chili recipe, is actually from Nikki.
Mm-hmm.
I give you credit, honey.
Thanks.
So I realize once someone has their own chili recipe, they usually stick to it. We have not made a different chili in like 29 years or longer, but you might want to give this one a try. And if you do not have a chili recipe, hopefully this one will be it for you. Here are the ingredients you're going to need for this simple chili, starting with crushed tomatoes. This is the brand that I like. You can use whatever you like as long as it's not Hunt's. Don't use Hunt's. Then we have light red kidney beans, Campbell's tomato soup, an onion, the chili seasoning, and lastly, 3 pounds of ground beef. Total cost of the ingredients, about $31. Now, the chili seasoning we are using is just Publix brand. Mm-hmm. The original chili seasoning for this recipe is from Chicago, Nikki?
Yes.
And we're not in Chicago anymore.
No.
But I've been told that the Publix brand is the closest you've been able to find to that original, like, Chicago chili seasoning.
Exactly. So what did you choose for this time? Because sometimes we change it up a little bit. Sometimes we use like one packet of like hot and then one packet of mild.
Yes.
So what'd you decide on this
We
time?
used to do that, but Publix has stopped doing that. They just have chili seasoning.
Oh no.
Yeah, you can't choose mild or hot.
Okay.
Now I did, when I went shopping for this, I did have some McCormick's mild and hot, but I think we really prefer the Publix.
Yeah.
So we just went for, we just forgone, for went.
the varying, and just went with straight chili seasoning.
Yes.
Publix.
Now when it comes to the ground beef, a little variation from your original recipe that you got from your family. I believe that called for 2 pounds of ground beef.
Right.
But I like mine a little meatier. I'm a carnivore.
You like a meaty chili for sure.
So we go with 3 pounds. Mm-hmm. And we do have another variant that we'll save for another video.
Ooh, okay.
But for now, 3 pounds. Now, if you don't want yours that meaty, go with 2. I guess if you want it meatier, you could go for 4. I've never tried that, though. So here's what you're going to need to make this chili recipe. A large pot, a strainer, a wooden spoon, and some type of frying pan. We're going to go with an electric frying pan today. Oh, and you know what? A stove. That might be helpful. Be sure to watch all the way until the end. We do something with this chili that blew my mind the first time I saw it done. She's laughing. She knows what I'm talking about.
I do.
But it was new to me. And we'll see if it's new to you or not in the comment section. But stay till the end and see what we do with this chili. Step 1 will be to put your crushed tomatoes into the pot. So you have a little trick with this, Nikki?
Yes. So I take a spatula, and get as much of the sauce out, or the tomato sauce, as possible. And then what I do is I fill up 1 can with a little bit of water, swish it around, and then transfer it from one can to the next to get all the tomato sauce out.
And when she says tomato sauce, she's really referring to the crushed tomatoes, not actual tomato sauce that you get in the can. Obviously, I showed you we didn't have tomato sauce. Crushed tomatoes. Now that is a Nikki technique. When I make it by myself, I don't do that step. Yeah, I do the spatula thing, just not the water swishing thing.
Right.
And now the tomato soup. Like we said, 2 cans of tomato soup that you put into the pot. And then what do you do, Nikki?
And then 1 can of water.
Okay.
Yeah, not 2. But you can add 2 if you find that your sauce is a little too thick.
So 1 can, the 2nd can of tomato soup, and the 1 can of water.
Which, again, I do this.
Oh, you do that? Oh my goodness, she is really,
excessive.
wow, you're really getting your dollar's worth, your penny's worth. And the one can of water with that soup. By the way, sous chef Winnie is in the house supervising though. And now the 2 cans of light red kidney beans. So strain the kidney beans, the light red kidney beans. Now I rinse my kidney beans. Apparently Nikki does not. So I guess it doesn't matter. Into the pot with the kidney beans. Now rinse out the strainer because we're going to need that again after we brown the meat. Now the chili seasoning. I hope I didn't say powder earlier. It is chili seasoning, but that goes in now, or any time really. We're just doing it now. Chili seasoning. You're not going to rinse those out too, are you?
No. Very smart, Rick.
Time for the first stir. Kind of mix that in together.
Meanwhile, we have not turned on the heat yet.
No, we haven't started that yet. Would it be okay to do it?
I think so. I mean, I prefer...
We just don't.
Yeah.
We just wait till the meat's in there and then we turn it on. And now it's time to chop up the onions, which for some reason Nikki wanted me to do. I don't know, maybe she just wants me to cry on camera.
Nah.
Into the pot goes the onions. This is another area that Nikki and I differ on. I like to put the onions in raw. Mm-hmm. Nikki will brown the onions with the ground beef. Mm-hmm. I make the chili more often than you do. I have more free time. Unless it's the summertime and you're out of school.
Right.
So I did not know that you browned the onions. Although I don't think it makes a difference. And there's Nikki cleaning as she goes. Well done. Time to brown the ground beef with this fryer, which I don't think we've used in the new house yet. But speaking of the new house, I'm going to cheat and show you we have completed the dining room. I shouldn't be showing you this now. But here it is. The sideboard and hutch have been delivered. Nikki's already decorated with pictures, and Easter's coming up and some of her china. But I would say, oh, we added the wall sconces the other day. So I think this is the first official 100% completed room. Unless we do crown molding. Which we practiced with that yesterday, and it did not go well.
No, I ended up in tears. So yeah, it was not successful. It was a L for the day.
We don't do all 3 pounds at once.
Not really.
Looks like she's going for 2 pounds first. Okay, that 2 pounds is browning up very well. Now we're going to strain the beef. Into the pot it goes. Let's stir that up there, Nikki. Now brown the last pound. I'm a poet.
And you didn't even know it. And here's Winnie, the goodest girl, just waiting for something to drop.
Last pound of ground beef added. So we're stirring that in. We're going to cover, and Nikki explain the temperature.
So we'll start with a medium heat first until it comes to, a bubbling top, stirring occasionally. Mm-hmm. And then
once it gets to the bubble, that's when you turn it down to low.
Exactly, because we don't want the bottom to burn.
Right. And we'll do this for hours. When I do it like probably 6 hours.
Right.
It's noon now. Mm-hmm. So we won't have dinner until 6 probably, 5 or 6. Right. So we let it go 5 or 6 hours, stirring occasionally. Mm-hmm. There's Nikki doing the last little bit of cleanup. It came to a slight boil, started to bubble a little. So we're going to stir and then knock this down to low. Can I do that?
Yep.
Boop. There we go. My favorite part about making the chili, and I do make it more than Nikki just because I have way more free time.
Right.
My favorite part is because I like cook it for like 5 or 6 hours, is tasting it for 5 and 6 hours.
Yes, and then the smell. It smells so good through the house too.
Yeah.
So no, it's hard to like stir and not take a little bite.
So I'm gonna let Nikki take the full reins now because I have to go do a live stream on my other channel at Islands of Adventure. If you're not familiar with that channel, go check it out. There's a link in the description box. But Nikki, I'm going to a theme park. You keep cooking.
Sounds like a good plan.
All right, I'm done with the live stream. The chili is done cooking, and Nikki is done putting away the chili into the freezer. The chili made 10 of these, which there's 2 cups of chili in each one of these, which these 10 are going into the freezer, plus tonight's dinner. So that's going to be 11 meals for Nikki and I. Now, remember when I said there was something about this chili that blew my mind? And it's the way it's eaten. So for the first 21 years of my life, having chili was like having a bowl of chili with some crackers. But Nikki introduced me to a new way of eating chili. And I would like for you to leave a comment in the comment section if you eat chili this way. Nikki's family eats it with noodles. When I first saw this, I thought we were having spaghetti. But no, it's chili. Who else eats chili with noodles? Let me know. I always have cornbread with it, though. And now, as Julia Child would say, bon appetit.